for the use of all the learners. So at the end of the class, you will get linked to your folder, and inside the folder, you'll find necessary materials per classes that have been held, and also links to the live classes that was being recorded.
Okay.
So without further ado, let's kick off. So welcome officially to Cybersecurity Bootcamp, and this bootcamp is mainly for three kinds of people. We're going to see them below. This program is sponsored by three arms. First, the cybersecurity YouTube resources that we have already on ground. Then also Talent App. Talent App is a go-to place for courses and learning stuff. Actually, they were supposed to be the people who will receive your payments. Then I'll get the list of subscribers from there. Then go ahead with the training. Then the the third sponsor is Each One Teach One Tech. Each One Teach One Tech is a 5OC NGO in USA, South Carolina, that equips learners, underserved learners, with tools and resources needed to excel in cybersecurity. And myself, I am Mr. Brian, and I'm going to be your lead instructor for this program. It's going to last for 7 weeks. And I am also a cybersecurity support technician at Each One Teach One Tech, while also interfacing with their sister companies as a SOC analyst.
Okay.
So, who is this bootcamp for? There are three categories of persons that we drafted this bootcamp for. First are the rookies, those who do not have any prior knowledge on cybersecurity. Then the second are going to be the beginners, those who somewhat understand or have knowledge about this field, maybe through Google or any other resources. Then the third are the working professionals who want to dive into cybersecurity. Probably they're looking for a way to update their resume or get into the field. So these are the three kinds of people we dedicated this bootcamp for. And if you're watching us online, if you want to join the bootcamp, you could send us message on our contacts you find on the link of the program, wherever you find the program, this video. So you will know which batch is currently on and join them. So the duration of the program is for 7 weeks, meaning you're going to have 7 live classes. Then within the weekdays, you're going to have time for your class works, your assignments, relating or meeting up with members in the group. If there are some projects you're handling that you need help, maybe from anyone in the group or myself, you could also engage within the week. And for this particular batch, 11, your classes are every Saturdays by 12:40. Today we had a reschedule for 2:30 because of a meeting that we were about rounding up with. So every program has goals. We're going to align for you the learning goals, and if you do not have any goals already set, you match them with what we are going to provide for you to ensure that what we are serving is what you want to eat, or what we are cooking is what you ordered for. So,
Okay.
first of all, one of the goals of this program, okay, before we go into that, which of these category do you belong in?
Rookies.
Okay, good. So you will need a lot of fire energy so that you could take off from being a rookie before the end of the program. You will not be a beginner. You will somewhat be someone who is ready for internship when the call comes in. So you will be internship ready, having knowledge of some basic rudiment skills, and you know prepared preparedness for the journey ahead, because the journey is very far and is one of very fun and educative one also. So at the end of this program, you look looking forward to get a hand on the foundations of cybersecurity, you're going to gain essential knowledge of the concepts in this field, including threats, vulnerabilities, and defense mechanisms, whereby you will look at how to fish out vulnerabilities or threats. You're also going to look at how to basically look around your environment to see whether you can find any threats and know how to secure them at most in a beginner level way. Also, you're going to be introduced to Security Operations Center, where you understand the role of a SOC. SOC means Security Operations Center, how it operates, and its importance in safeguarding organizations. As that goes on, you will get hands-on penetration testing skills with a tool called Bob Suite. You're going to learn to conduct basic penetration tests on a potentially vulnerable application, which we are going to be using the OWASP Juice Shop. Juice Shop is just like every online shop, but built specifically with vulnerabilities. And when I say vulnerabilities, I mean loopholes. Is built specifically with loopholes so that learners like you and I can practice confidently there. Because whatever it is, whatever we teach you here is for educational and also job readiness. But when you use it on live applications, when I mean live applications, is any application that you do not have express written or guaranteed permission to work on. If you try that, you might find yourself in jail answering for
Hmm.
cybersecurity, what's it called, charges. So the industry have enough open source materials, have enough practical sandbox environment where you test your skills as you go on until you are able to um, get or until you get an express mandate, more especially written and signed and agreed upon by the parties involved for you to interface with real life applications. So that when the call comes or when the authorities ask of you, you tell them you have an express, what's it called, permission to conduct the test and the security works you do on that particular application. I hope that is understood, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to still keep on hammering on it while we go through the practical sections and the labs, etc. So, yes, you're going to learn to conduct basic penetration tests on this particular application using the tool BobSuite to identify and exploit vulnerabilities. Also, you're going to be exploring hands-on cybersecurity platforms, those open source platforms I told you where daily you're expected to be present there, um, getting your hands skilled up, getting your skills honed up against the job market. So platforms like Try Hack Me, Hack the Boss, Bounty programs, etc., where you can practice daily real world hacking techniques and get yourself honed up. So those are the learning goals from this 7 week program. Also, we have some little proceeds you're going to be getting by the end of the program. The first will be the certificate of boot camp completion. By the time you're done with the boot camp and you do the labs and succeed or get a success score on all the labs, you're going to earn a certificate recognizing your successful completion of the boot camp, which comes at the expense of your tenacity, grit, perseverance, etc. So you're going to earn a boot camp certificate of completion. Then, secondly, you're also going to earn another certificate of completion from an internationally recognized body called the ISC2. So they are the ones in charge of, or they offer the certified in cybersecurity license, which I said is internationally recognized everywhere in the world so far as cybersecurity is concerned. So you're going to achieve ISC2 certification in cybersecurity upon passing the exam. Okay. Now, this body offers two types of certification. The first is the certificate of completion, while the second is the core licensed CC, certified in cybersecurity. Now, this licensed one, you don't write the exam at home. It's not remote. You go to a designated writing center. If you are in Lagos, then you are in good hands because I think there are up to two writing centers in the whole of Lagos. Then I don't think there is up to five writing centers as at the time of recording this program or having this class. I don't think there is up to five in the whole Nigeria writing centers. So Lagos has
Just me.
two.
Lagos.
You said
Just me. Lagos has how many, sir?
two, I believe so.
Okay.
So
Then I believe Abuja will have another like two or
Abuja might
something.
have one. I think so. I don't know. But when the time comes, when you look at the
Schedule where
yes, you
to.
will see the ones that are around you are the ones you could go for. Okay,
Okay.
so you it's advisable that after this program you will schedule for the exam, but ensure that
Yeah.
after going through their own training, which we are going to assist you through, you also get external materials from us to get you prepared ahead of that
Okay.
exam. It is a very trickish and interesting exam. Uh, Most of our students already sat for it and they passed. So yours will not be different.
Amen.
And it will
Amen.
also be advisable to ensure that you get it. At least it's going to be a full, what do I mean? A full crown for you, what you stand to get after this cybersecurity boot camp. And it will also energize you ahead in the industry. Okay. So another proceed, you already have, so far as you're in this class, you already have access to the follow-up support group. The group, you see, is not too noisy. But the only
Yeah.
time you find some people putting things there is when it is very, very necessary. Almost
Yeah.
everybody you see there have gone through the program and they are doing one or two things. Some are in the platforms that I told you, doing their daily practices and work. But if you have questions, you need help, you could post there, or you could also send me a DM. There are two times or two periods when I might not be able to respond to you. The first time when I'm sleeping, or the second time when I'm eating. These two times I don't joke with them. Yeah.
The second time, I think I'm with you on the second one. I don't think
So I don't joke with those two periods. So apart from that, any other time you say hi, I will always be happy to engage with you. Also, our YouTube channel is available for everyone to access, which everything you're going to be having in the program, one way or the other, you might find created resources to help you digest it further in our YouTube resource page. So, officially, welcome to week one. I still remain your instructor, Mr. Brian. I will give you 2 minutes to, swallow in what we've already taken in. If you have any questions or anything you want to call out, you could do that now before we move ahead.
I think I'm good so far.
Okay. So the contents of week one, we're going to be looking into cybersecurity at the basics, and we're going to also look into introduction to Security Operations Center. Then at the end of the class, you will get a class work, not really a class work, but a short video that will usher you into week two. Now, from week one to week three, rudiments, basics, getting you ready for practicals. Mainly we enter week four, the practicals and the labs and everything sets up. From there, it is fire, fire, fire till the end of the program. Actually, the program doesn't really have an end, but to the end of me personally tutoring you every Wednesday. So every Saturday, sorry. So at the end of the boot camp, the training starts officially because you are now expected to, be on the live platforms and join the elite force to combat against cyber threats. So, introduction to cybersecurity. What do you think is cybersecurity in your own knowledge? What do you think is cybersecurity?
To my own knowledge, I feel cybersecurity is just all about being conscious in general. Checking your. I'm just quoting in general. Checking your surrounding or something very funny. You know.
Yeah, the act of being security conscious in the cyber world is related to cybersecurity. So
Okay.
let's check what Google has to say about that. I'm going to share my entire screen now. Now, while we are training, you're going to be exposed to methodologies, getting solutions and answers in this field. Okay, uh, 60, let's say 50% of everything you're going to learn in the bootcamp will come from us. Then the rest 50 is expected to come from your active research, uh, what you call mindset, of which we're still going to let you know how to do all those research, how to get answers, and how to move further from the general answers and get results. When you get stuck when you're doing your lab, how to find your way around it and get success. So, of course, Google is an open knowledge, open dictionary out there. It's part of the simple ways people could get answers to simple questions. So, when we ask Google, what is cybersecurity? It says cybersecurity is the practice of protecting systems, networks, and data from cyber attacks. The use of the use of the use of the use of technology, very important. Policies, very, very important, and practices to prevent or reduce the impact of cyber threats. I believe you could see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So cybersecurity is encompassed in the practice of defending computers, servers, etc., or everything that has to do with technology. And you and I know that the world we are in currently is rapidly being encompassed around with technologies. Out of five or three things that are working, technology is powering 80% of them. So, hence the need for cybersecurity and each study the practices and policies. So, in cybersecurity, we have what we call the core concepts, and we call them the CIA triad because their initial stands for C, I, and A. The first one is confidentiality. The second one is integrity, and the third one is availability. Everything you're going to be doing in the field of cybersecurity is going to revolve around these basic three things: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So, mm, just a minute. Okay. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Just to reiterate um, what we had before, cybersecurity refers to the practice of protecting systems, networks, and programs from digital attacks. And these attacks are usually aimed at accessing, changing, or destroying sensitive information. At a higher level, extorting money from users, or even interrupting normal business processes. So, in today's interconnected world, cybersecurity is very critical to ensure the safety and security of our digital lives. Now, why does cybersecurity matter? Number one, protection of data. Cybersecurity ensures that sensitive information remain confidential and is not accessed by unauthorized individuals. The first reason why cybersecurity matters is protection of data, whereby we say that it ensures that sensitive information remains confidential and is not accessed by unauthorized individuals. Another reason why cybersecurity matters is business continuity. And this says that companies rely on cybersecurity to keep their operations running smoothly, preventing costly downtimes due to cyber attacks. For example, here in Nigeria, most people's business rely on the telecommunication networks. There are some people, if an MTN goes down now, they're going to have really big downtime in their system. True of course.
True.
Yeah, most people use MTN. Some other people use other networks. So if companies or some of these telecommunications have cyber attacks, other companies that rely on them are going to have a downtime. So business continuity is also a very huge reason why cybersecurity matters. Last but not the least, national security. Protecting critical infrastructure and national interest from cyber threats is a matter of national security. Cybersecurity goes way and beyond just an industry, just a single human being losing your stuff to hacking hackers, etc. It goes all the way down to the national level. So we now talked about the core concepts in cybersecurity, which we call the CIA. The first one is what?
Confidentiality,
Yeah. Second one.
integrity,
Then the third one is what?
ability.
Yes, availability. So let's look at them in a nutshell. The CIA thread, the confidentiality ensures that sensitive data is only accessible to those with the appropriate permission. For example, encrypting sensitive emails that only the intended recipients can read them.
Okay.
Most times when you request for statement of account, it comes locked, right? I don't know whether you've done that recently from bank. They will ask you to open this statement of account with your PIN number or whatever, whatever. Some banks do lock
Yeah.
them. So
Yes.
that is a step on confidentiality, ensuring that sensitive data is only accessible to those with the appropriate permission. So the second one is integrity. Kindly read it.
Maintaining the accurate and completeness of data. For example, using check checksum or hash function to ensure that a file has not been tampered with.
Yes, the checksum and hash functions are processes or technologies used to check files for tamper-proof. Okay, there are some files that are very classified that except you or the person is sent to has the um, access level to open it, then you should not open it. So maintaining the accuracy and completeness of data, that is what
Okay.
integrity stands for.
Just like read and unread message.
Exactly, something like that. So it has a way to checkmate when this file has been opened or not
Or tampered
by
with.
a user. Okay. Also, most times when you see that, even in WhatsApp, there are times when you send someone a message, the person will read it, but you will not know that the person has read it because it will still be showing unread.
Unread.
Now, cybersecurity also has systems and technologies used to validate if that user has tampered or read that message in one way or the other.
Mm.
So, integrity plays that role. Then, availability ensures that data and systems are available when needed. For example, when you get extra generator in your factory or solar panels or solar systems in your house, just to ensure that whatever it is you're working on stays online 24/7. Here we say that, for example, using redundant systems to ensure that a website remains online during hardware failures, because accidents happen and they do happen. So when these things come up, whether it is natural or man-made, um, availability plays that role to ensure that it stays accessible. So going down again to explain it further with a use case. So you could read down, consider a hospital's database or the hospital's patient database. Read down.
Okay. Considering ensures that only doctors
Confidentiality,
and authorized confidentiality ensures that only doctors and authorized personnel can access patient patient record.
yeah,
Please, a minute, please. Who's there? Okay, I'm back.
yeah. I understand you're reading from your phone, so you're going to be having some um,
Yeah.
challenges, but it's all right. You that's why I say you should come with your A game. You should come with all the fire and all the enthusiasm you need, because it's not easy, but you're going to make it. I understand, and I will believe. So,
I'll get very
confidentiality,
prepared for the next class.
yeah, it's all right. Confidentiality ensures that only doctors. Now we are using hospital as a use case, and now
Yes.
the core use case is the patient database. Okay, so we said that confidentiality ensures that only doctors and authorized personnel can access patient record. It will not be proper that a gate man can access a patient record. True or false?
True.
Or the gate man is entitled to access attendance sheet of people that's
No,
coming
no,
into the
that's
yes,
not possible.
yeah. So he everybody has his own job jurisdiction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, in the same use case, integrity ensures that the data entered by one doctor isn't altered by another doctor, either accidentally or maliciously.
Okay.
Integrity, this is a use case for integrity. So when the doctor says this file is confidential or this file has not been tampered with, whatever it is that is there remains what it is there. Then availability, being the third core concept of cybersecurity, ensures that the database is accessible even during peak times or emergencies. I had uh, uh, an unfortunate, funny experience. We went to a healthcare center around my place for a treatment. So when I got there, they took almost 30 to 40 minutes looking for my file. So the question comes, what if it was an emergency? If looking for files, patient file, takes that long time, what if it was an emergency?
Let's see, something very funny.
Yeah, it will be very disastrous. So availability ensures that database is accessible during peak times or emergency. So this is a use case on hospitals database. Before we go into threats and vulnerabilities, we talked about the core concepts of cybersecurity, and we said that they are the CIA triad. So can you mention the three of them?
The confidentiality, integrity, and availability.
Yes, confidentiality. For something to be confidential,
Confidentiality,
yeah,
yeah.
confidentiality, integrity,
Confidentiality.
integrity, and availability. Okay, so we'll move in slowly into threats and vulnerabilities. Understanding threats and vulnerability. A vulnerability is a weakness or flaw in an operating system or in a network or in an application. Simplified concept. When we want to bring it down a little bit, we say that weak points in your computer or network that hackers can exploit is called vulnerability. So, example, using weak passwords. Some people use their date of birth as their password. So when you use,
I do that too. I'm a victim.
so after this program, you better stop. Don't do it because it will be very. Look at what it says here. Using weak password is like leaving your front door unlocked.
So for hacker, that hacker. Yeah.
Yeah. So now this concept or this word called hacker primarily is not the person doing the wrong things or the bad person, but society has somehow twisted the meanings of two words. A hacker is someone who is skilled with some cybersecurity technical knowledge, and his job is to fish out weaknesses in systems and to fix them. That is the job of a hacker. Now, the person who does the bad things is called a threat actor. So now you're in the industry, your vocabularies will be changing. You'll be understanding some things that people outside the industry do not know. You understand that, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
a threat actor is someone who tries to exploit those vulnerabilities, those weak points to gain unauthorized access. Once you are out there looking for the weak points in systems and gaining unauthorized access, you are termed a threat actor. You're a bad person, and you, when they catch you, you will answer to the authorities. Of course, there will always be catching.
Yeah.
So, security vulnerabilities can arise for many reasons, including misconfigurations, design flaws, or even outdated software versions. Most times, when uh, the owners of the softwares that we use, they send us updates. They say, no, 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 these people, they want to chop my data. I will not update anything. Most times, those updates are a ways to close vulnerabilities that has been found in their system. So when a user refuses to update but uses outdated softwares, you're making your your what's it called? Your application vulnerable to attacks. So we
Yeah.
say that vulnerability is a weakness or flaw in an operating system, whether it's a network application, etc. That's what a vulnerability is. Mhm. And going down also into basic security measures, we said that using strong passwords, it's advisable to use strong passwords by creating complex passwords and changing them regularly to prevent unauthorized access. Okay. Also keep in mind of regular software updates. Keeping your softwares up to date with the latest patches to close vulnerabilities that could be exploited by hackers or attackers. So when companies that own these softwares, when they release updates, it's called patch. Patching is a process of fixing vulnerability that is found in a particular system. You say it is patch. You want to patch it. Patches. Now, I do tell people that when you come into this program, whether as a rookie or as a beginner, before the end, you already know where you want to go to because
Yeah.
we'll put you in a pedestal where you will have all the chips on your hand. You can either play in the future as a blue team member or a red team member or a purple team. Of course, purple is someone who is already trained or who is expert in both the blue and the red experiences. So, as a blue team member, their basic job is monitoring, detecting, and analyzing systems. So they do most of defense. They play on the defense. That's the blue team.
Yeah.
Now the red team guys, of course, they are the opposite. So they play on the what? Offense. So they are the ones out there hunting for the vulnerabilities, hunting for security flaws. They play basically on the offense. And these two sections have distinct and also intertwining job roles. There are close to 50 something distinct job roles in cybersecurity where anyone coming in, whether as a rookie, could aspire to, work up his or her skills to belong in a place. So luckily, we do our learners. We take them through a blue team approach in the training, while also giving them some exposures to red team skills, so that at the end of the program, if they want to pursue a blue team career, they're already skilled. They have basic skill in it. They want to pursue a red team career, they're already strong in it, meaning that they won't be losing out in both sides. So by the end of the program, you will already know which side you want to go in. So for the people outside there, the news is or the noise is cybersecurity, cybersecurity, cybersecurity. But apart from the name, there are core departments inside the field where people specialize in and they make a living out of it. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So at any time you have question, you free to call my attention to ask me any question. I'll
Yes,
be
sir.
glad enough to pause and explain more to you. And also, if our class is about to be timed off by Google, we are using Google Meet for now. So once it's up to 5 minutes or once it's up to 10 minutes, you alert me. So I'll keep my eyes on it. Then when it gets to 5 minutes, we will generate a new link and wrap up if we've not already finished what we are doing.
All right.
Yeah, thank you. So regular software updates ensures and helps to keep software up with latest patches to close vulnerabilities that could be exploited by attackers. Also, safe browsing is expected that people should avoid suspicious websites or and downloads to reduce the risk of malware infection. In fact, the beauty about this bootcamp is everything we are doing is as it is hot. So I'm going to give us your first tool you're going to use to checkmate suspicious websites, IP addresses, suspicious links, attachments. So from day one of your being interested or in listening into a cybersecurity program, you are already a potential soldier. So you should start practicing as little as possible. So we're going to be going into a website or an application, a platform called Virus Total. The Virus Total is spelled together, virustotal.com. So in that platform, you will see on the landing page file. If there's a file you're suspecting to contain some malicious programs, you upload it here, and the file will this platform will check it to tell you whether it is malicious or not. If there is a website that you feel like, oh, this website looks shady, you copy the link and you paste the link here. It's going to give you a check, run a check on the link to let you know whether it is good or bad. Hmm. Let me see if we have a link to check or a file to check. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, coming up with nah, nah, nah. Okay, let's create um, a malicious file and see how it's going to be played out with. Please always let me know when you are not seeing my screen. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
So we're going to create a small malicious file and see what's up with it. So I'm going to go to new document, test document. Okay, we call it virus one. Okay, I'm going to edit it and we're going to write this file is a malicious virus file containing Trojan worms, and we're going to save as virus1.bat bat. Okay, and we're going to save it. Refresh. So you see,
Yes.
The icon has even changed to let you know that something is wrong. Let's gonna create another one. Edit. This is an executable virus file. Do not run. So we're going to save as virus1.exe. That's exec. Save. So so now this looks like a file that you can run, right?
Yes.
When you click like this, you can run as an administrator. You see?
Yes.
So so let's check um, if this file can be able to detect anything from it. This platform can be able to detect anything from it, even though what I have there is not really malicious file. But let's check. Say choose file, we go to download. Let's go to the first one, which is a second one, which is exec, the one that we created and open and confirm upload. Let's check uploading 100%. Okay, you see, it's analyzing it. Are you
Yes.
seeing? Yes, it's analyzing it to detect a funny, if it detects any funny commands or codes, it will flag it off as malicious. So that is what this platform does. Before you run any app or any stuff or any link, you come here and check whether it is pure or not. So let's go back. I think in week 2, we might be able to do some practicals here. We'll check up on files that are malicious and IP addresses that are malicious, and we'll see how the answer comes. So, yes, you have a classwork. The first classwork lists 10 vulnerabilities and 10 threats in cybersecurity. So when you go to Google or anywhere you want to get the answers from research, get the answers, put them in a Google file and share to me. But ensure you read them up very well because the assignment is majorly for you.
Yes, sir.
List 10 vulnerabilities and 10 threats in cybersecurity. Okay,
Mm.
a brief introduction to cybersecurity or security operations and incident response. This is a brief introduction in.
Uh, Sorry to cut you short.
Okay,
So let me. I'm trying to see how will I switch the camera. So I just uploaded a file
okay,
because I'm following you. Okay. It's see. I think this is safe, right?
yes. So far as it's green, it's safe. By next week,
Okay.
they're going to see a sample of a file that is bad. So
Okay.
you can even test it on your system and you will get the results it's showing you. That's smart. Okay. So introduction to security operations and incident response. So we said that what is SOC? SOC is an acronym for Security Operations Center. Security Operations Center. And it is a centralized unit that deals with security issues on an organizational and technical level. A SOC, someone to tell you I'm working in a SOC, just like Mr. Brian is working in a SOC, as SOC analyst, level 1 analyst. We have level 1, level 2, level 3. So as a level 1 analyst, SOC analyst, my major job role is monitoring, detecting, raising tickets, and looking over systems to ensure that when there are incidents, I'll pick them up as timely as possible and respond to them. Okay. So the primary function of the SOC is what? Can you read it?
The primary function of the SOC is to monitor, delete,
Detect.
detect,
Yeah.
analyze, and respond to cybersecurity incidents using a combination of technology, solution, and a strong set of processes.
Fantastic. Yes. So these guys, the people working in the SOC, remember, SOC falls into the blue team. They are in the defense. Okay. They are not the ones doing the attacking now. They are defending whatever it is that will come to them. So the primary function of the SOC is to monitor, to detect, to analyze, and respond to cybersecurity incidents using a combination of technology, solutions, and a strong set of processes. Next week, week two is going to be SOC proper. We're going to have a full diving into SOC, which is going to give us into preparing for the ISC2 exam, because on the third week, you're going to be doing training on, we're going to be focusing on the domains of cybersecurity, which is the core focus on the ISC2 exam. So we'll be on track. So here, basic rules within a SOC. The SOC analyst, these guys, they monitor the network for suspicious activity and also respond to alerts. Okay. The incident responders also, they work in the SOC. These guys, they are professionals and they manage the response to security incidents, such as data breaches or malware infections. The incident responders. Then the threat hunters. All these roles are distinct. There are when they in the job market, you might find companies or businesses that need specifically SOC analysts. Some we need specifically threat hunters, even though a SOC analyst should also know how to work on incidents, but he might not be a core or a direct incident responder. Because in an organized company, all these roles are distinct. So the threat hunters, they proactively search for vulnerabilities and potential threats that may not have been detected by automated systems. Yes, we have technologies that assist us in this field, but most times when automated systems elude a particular incident, the threat hunters are tasked with the job to find them.
Yeah.
So incident response under the SOC tools and the technologies, we have a tool called SIEM, SIEM, which is an acronym for Security, Information, and Event Management. Security, Information, and Event Management. This is one of the core tools a SOC analyst or someone working in a SOC uses. And by the special grace of God, before the end of the program, you will have um, the liberty to experience or use one of the same tool. So, so that you get first-hand experience of what it's all about. So SIM stands for what? Security,
Information.
information, and
Yeah.
event management. Yeah. A technology that provides real-time analysis of security alerts generated by network hardware and applications. Example, we have the Wazoo, we have the Splunk, we have the NTOP engines. These are organizational um, tools, which when you get into the industry, you will be using them. And again, one of the reasons why we make this bootcamp to be as practical and vast as possible is so that When the learners get into their job environments, the tools they'll be seeing in the real job environment will not be all that alien or different from what they've already practiced with or learned with during this training. And all this will be happening with your low budget setup. Of course, so far as you're already registered in this program, you are not entitled to make any other payment till you graduate. Okay. Now, the platforms where you're expected to continue after this beginners program is also advisable that you start as using their free resources first before you start talking about paid premium services, so that you get a hand of how the platform works first. So we also have some tools like IDS and IPS. IDS means or stands for Intrusion Detection System. Then IPS stands for Intrusion Prevention System. We are talking about some of the tools and technologies that the people who work in a SOC they use. So most of these tools will be exposed to you during week 2, where you see them and see how they work. Then you also have the liberty to go check them out on the internet and see what you can get from them. So, incident response on its own is an organized strategic approach to detecting one and managing cyber attacks in ways that minimize damage, recovery time, and also total cost. Incident response is an organized strategic approach to detecting and managing cyber attacks. One of the best ways of teaching is practicals. So by the time you are done with the program, you start going into those platforms for continuous education or learning. You will be using the industry tools and resources that are available in those platforms. But without the basic foundation which you are having now, you're going through now, you will struggle to flow in those platforms. And that is why we provide this granular introduction and training, then usher you in with some trainings from skills on the practicals before you now go outside there to hustle on your own. You're not really on your own. By the time you pass your certificate exam, you're already a member of an international society, and also you get to join some other societies, cybersecurity societies, both online and on site. So most of the basic processes and incident responder goes with detection. In the case of detection, they identify the presence of security incidents. We also have containment. This is a process of isolating affected systems to prevent further damage. We also have eradication, which involves removing totally the cause of the incident, such as deleting the malware, malicious software. Then we also have recovery, which goes into restoring and validating system functionality. Then, last but not the least, lessons learned. This documentation stage, lesson learned, is very important in every attack phase because it is where you analyze the incident to improve future responses. When you know what caused what, then you are better prepared again ahead of the future. True or false?
True.
Yeah. So the lesson learned phase or stage is very, very important in an incident response. Also, another important aspect of cybersecurity is the regulatory and the legal aspects. Now, this aspect appeals more to those who are probably professionals in other fields like banking, economies. It is most times those who um, are in skilled with policy writings, auditing, etc. All those fields, you understand. So they are good with regulatory compliances. So cybersecurity also have a very large space for them. So the legal, ethical, and regulatory considerations. Now, in simple terms, this group or this section rules, they enlist the rules that govern how data should be protected and for how long and where and how and why. So, for example, we have the GDPR in Europe. This is a body that sets standards for how companies handle personal data. And in this slide, you have your second assignment too, or your second classwork, which says list out the bodies or which bodies in Nigeria sets the standards for how companies handle personal data. Which
Mm.
bodies in Nigeria sets the standards for how companies handle personal data? So while we are on that, we is my pleasure to announce to you that we've come to the end of week one introduction class. So the link of the program, the recorded class will be shared with you in the group. Likewise, the material for the next class will also be
Okay.
shared. So from next week, we're going to be looking at SOC in full, Security Operations Center. How it
Okay.
started, how did it come to being, the reason, the people who work in SOC, etc. And it's going to be very, very interesting. So officially, welcome to week two. I remain your lead instructor, Mr. Brian, and it's nice to have you in your class.
Thank you so much. This week one class. Okay, you said the link will be shared for me to memorize because I would like to
Yeah,
go over
yes. The link will
again.
be shared so you could download it and go through it
Okay,
over again.
okay, so I can study and be able to answer the course, the classwork and all.
Yes, okay. So Jeff, it's nice having you in class. See you in the group and see you again next week. Keep the fire burning. The
Thank you.
recording will be available before the end of tomorrow because we're going to
Okay,
need to look at it and push it out. So have a nice weekend and stay motivated.